And welcome to this edition of the Native News Update on this Monday, February 7th. I'm your host for today's program, Paul DeMain. Many of the stories read here can also be found at our website at IndianCountryNews.com. So here are some of the news stories from the day from the Associated Press and other Native news sources. The Cherokee Nation recently played host to two students from Salem Academy, a college preparatory boarding school for girls in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. High school juniors Emma McNary, 16 of Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and Haley Weeble, 17 of North Wilkesboro, North Carolina, spent 3 weeks in Tahlequah interning for the Cherokee Nation. Through their school's internship program, McNary and Weeble could have gone to any number of destinations stateside and or abroad. The students said they choose to come to the Cherokee Nation because of their interest in history and culture, though they themselves are not Cherokee Nation citizens. While interning at the Cherokee Nation, McNary and Weeble were given the task of organizing and archiving documents and various writings of the late Principal Chief Wilma Mankiller. The students expressed a genuine appreciation for Mankiller and her legacy. McNary said that in the course of her task, she noticed that everyone she met in the Cherokee Nation seemed to be connected with Mankiller. By reading some of her personal correspondence, the intern said they felt a close kinship with the former Principal Chief. The 5th Annual Red Lake Drug and Gang Summit will be held at the Red Lake Seven Clans Casino Event Center on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, February 15th through the 17th. The hours will be from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Tuesday and Wednesdays and from 8:30 to noon on Thursday. The 2011 theme is entitled Leading the Way. Daytime activities during the summit will include presentations, workshops, and breakout sessions on street drugs, public safety, statistics, living a positive lifestyle, education, gangs, and traditional teachings. Entertainment on Tuesday at 6 p.m. will be a comedy show, and on Wednesday at 6 p.m. will be a round dance social. Lunch will be served each day along with door prizes and a lot of other things as well. According to Eagle Watch, Canada's nuclear watchdog has announced their decision to allow Bruce Power to transport nuclear waste through the Great Lakes St. Lawrence watershed in spite of huge opposition from concerned individuals, tribes, and communities. The decision reads, based on its consideration of the matters, as described in more detail in the following sections of the record of proceedings, the Commission concludes that Bruce Power is qualified to carry on the activity that the license and certificate will authorize. The Commission is of the opinion that Bruce Power, in carrying on that activity, will make adequate provisions for the protection of the environment, the health and safety of persons, and the maintenance of national security and measures required to implement international obligations to which Canada has agreed. Therefore, the Commission, pursuant to Section 24 of the Nuclear Safety and Control Act, issues to Bruce Power, Inc. a transport license and certificate for the transport of 16 decommissioned steam generators from the Western Waste Management Facility in the municipality of Kincardine, Ontario, to Nyköping, Sweden. The transport license and certificates are valid from February 4th, 2011 to February 3rd, 2012. The island petrographs, long revered by a tiny band of Indians known as the Wanapum, have been underwater for 50 years now, but the band will exhibit rubbings from those stone etchings in a new museum exhibit. The Wanapum have lived for centuries along the banks of the Columbia River, some 30 miles east of Yakima, Washington, and its members consider Whale Island, where more than 300 petroglyphs were created, a holy place. Like many culturally significant sites for tribes in the Northwest, the island was washed over 50 years ago with the construction of Priest Rapids, one of more than 36 hydroelectric dams constructed along the Columbia River during the 20th century. Rubbings from the Whale Island petroglyphs produced before the dam was built haven't been shown in several years, and the band now believes a new generation of children should be exposed to that side of their heritage, said Angela Buck, director of the Wanapum Heritage Center. The rubbings have been in storage at the center's repository. They are not images of just scratching on stone, they are a reminder to us of what is holy, Buck said. The exhibit, Sacred Spaces, began with a grand opening on February 3rd and will remain open until June 11th in the Central Washington University Museum of Culture and Entertainment. A coalition of environmental groups is suing the federal government over its alleged failure to protect the San Juan River ecosystem from coal mining and the disposal of coal combustion waste in northwestern New Mexico. The Center for Biological Diversity, Denies Citizens Against Ruining Our Environment, and the San Juan Citizens Alliance filed a lawsuit recently in federal court in Colorado against the Office of Surface Mining Reclamation and Enforcement. The group claims the agency didn't consult with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service about threatened and endangered species before renewing a permit last fall for the Navajo coal mine. Taylor McKinnon, the Public Lands Campaign Director for the Center for Biological Diversity, contends the fish in the San Juan River are going extinct, and he blames pollution from coal. He's also concerned about the quality of the water coursing through the river, which provides drinking water for the Navajo Nation and other parts of the Southwest. Arizona Governor Jan Brewer has signed into law a bill intended to derail a southern Arizona tribe's plan to build a Las Vegas-style casino hotel in the core of the Phoenix metro area. Brewer signed the bill recently, the day before the deadline for her to act on the bill approved by the legislature. Once it takes effect 90 days after the current legislative session ends, the bill will allow the city of Glendale, Arizona, to annex the 54-acre site purchased years ago by the Tohono O'odham Nation. In the meantime, the tribe is seeking to have the federal government add the site to the tribe's reservation by placing it in trust. A legal challenge is pending in federal court now. North Dakota's 3 affiliated tribes should get a larger share of the tax collections from the reservation's oil production, which is needed to pay for road repairs and other consequences of oil development, the tribe's chairman said last Friday. For lack of better words, it's almost like this could potentially overtake us, said Tex Hall during a hearing at the North Dakota Senate's Natural Resources Committee last week. Hall asked committee members to support changes in a money allocation formula that would boost the tribe's oil tax collections by about $22.5 million during the next 2 years. The panel's chairman, Senator Stanley Lyson R. Williston, said the panel would review the legislation again today. The Fort Berthold Reservation is at the center of an oil drilling boom in western North Dakota as companies compete to extract oil from the shale rock known as the Bacan Formation. And that is the latest roundup of news from Indian Country on this edition of the Native News Update. We want to thank you for showing up and come back again soon. Miigwech.